Man, like, there's only 2 days I could choose from, I suppose, since we do the devotionals on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So it's Thursday. I caught on to it. Days are running together. Summer is flying by, and I definitely feel that way. And I'm guessing that many of you do as well. So it's Thursday. I don't even know what day. 23rd. It's the 23rd of July. I hope that you've got your day put together a little more than mine. Mine is good, and it's busy. So that's good, but maybe I don't even remember what day it is. Today, we are going to be doing our morning devotional from the book of Proverbs. And so I hope that you'll turn there with me. If you are watching today, thank you for watching. I appreciate you tuning in. And I'd love for you, if you could, to comment on Facebook. I don't think you can comment on YouTube, but I hope that you will. I hope that you will go ahead and do that if you can. Now, I seem to be having some YouTube issue, so let's see if that's coming together. It says YouTube is online, so that's very good. I always end up with a delay, it seems like, with YouTube, so that's fine. I don't mind the delay as long as it's working. If you're watching, please comment, and we'll be sure to know that you're there, and I appreciate it. Now, as we get into our devotional today, our devotional is from the book of Proverbs, and we are going to chapter 10, Proverbs 10. I've just put that on the screen for you to see. And so Proverbs chapter 10, and we will begin reading in we will only read verse 19 today. Kids, before we get on here, kids, a lot of you hopefully are watching, and I'm glad that you are. I'm just going to do a quick check to make sure that if any of you sent more sheets in or whatever for me to show that I got that. Looks like I got everything out of my email from last time. We showed those, so that's good. So now we're going to just take a quick look on our Facebook as people are signing in to confirm if any of the kids have sent in anything else. I don't want to miss you. That's not nice. There's one new message. Let's see if it's from kids. It's a little on the slow side here. Facebook has just changed a lot of their stuff, and some of these pages they haven't actually made quick. So, all right, very good. Well, let's get into our devotional from Proverbs chapter 10, verse 19. It says this: "In the multitude of words there wanteth not sin, but he that refraineth his lips is wise." Now this one, I think, should maybe be like the poster. This is like the poster verse for our study on wise words. It says, "He that refraineth his lips is wise." It almost makes the title "Wise Words" seem like an oxymoron, because this verse says, well, don't talk, and that shows that you're wise. We do know we can have wise words. We understand that. But I feel like if we could memorize this verse, wouldn't it help us so much? It would just help us a lot. Now, some of you are quiet people, quiet-natured. Not all of you. I know some of you on here are not so quiet-natured. Okay, I'm not going to start naming names, promise. But you're not always quiet-natured. This is a good verse for you. I'm not quiet-natured. This is a good verse for me. "In the multitude of words there wanteth not sin." He says, look, when you talk a lot, you're going to sin a lot. You're not lacking sin. We have to be careful how much we talk. We talk too much. Why? Well, talk is cheap. Talk promotes ourselves often. Talk shows others how intelligent we are, what we're thinking. Talk socializes. That's not bad. Talk teaches. That's a good thing. But sometimes we just talk too much. And he says, "In the multitude of words there wanteth, there lacketh not sin." It's the biblical way of saying, if you talk a lot, you're going to sin more. That's why James, and we read it last night. I appreciated the missionary taking us to a passage that we've looked at already a bit and that we've talked about. And he talked about having wise words. And I don't know if I think he said we need to have words that are wise at one point. I think that's what he said. And I thought, hey, there we go. Shout out to our morning devotional. He took us to a passage and reminded us that the tongue is on fire of hell, that the tongue has so much potential for problem, and we have to be careful about it. So the tongue, too many words, it's going to be sin. Multitude of words wanteth not sin. But he that refraineth his lips is wise. Now, notice this. This is talking about someone who chooses to not say too much. Someone who chooses to be silent. Now, we're not just talking about someone who is quiet by nature. We've talked about those of us who are not quiet by nature, and you know who you are. I know who I am. But he says, he who refraineth his lips. That means he is making a conscious choice to not say things. So we're not just talking about someone who's naturally quiet. We're talking about someone who's choicefully quiet. Now, those are very different things, because even people who are naturally quiet can say things that are wrong, can say too much at the wrong time, or can say things that are not wise. He says, he that chooses to refrain his lips, he that chooses to button it, as you've probably told your kids before, or kids you've probably heard before, the one who chooses to do that themselves is wise. We should not be known for our much speaking. It's not ideal. It's okay to talk more than others. It's okay to be the one who is chatty in a group. But if you're known as being someone who just won't stop talking, it's not what you want to be known for. If you're known for being someone who just has to give their opinion on every subject and has to give their opinion like it's Bible, it's not how you really want to be known. Kids, as you grow, and as you follow your parents, as you listen to your teachers, if you go to school, choose not to be the one who's always talking. I remember when I was in college, there was one time that I was challenged by a teacher. This is embarrassing. This is an embarrassing story. Do I want to say this story? It's too late. I'm kind of into it already. I was challenged one time by a teacher not to be the class clown. He said, you don't have to be the class clown. Now, it wasn't in class. It was something that was happening outside of class. We were having fun. In reality, I wasn't really doing anything wrong. But it was a good lesson. It was a good lesson because it made me think I need to choose consciously how I present myself, and I need to choose consciously what I say and what I don't say. Now, for me, it's a good challenge because I don't always say the right thing. I can get worked up and say the wrong thing. I can think that my opinion is what someone else needs to hear, and often that's not the case. He that refraineth his lips is wise. Do you want to be wise? Well, James says, ask God for wisdom. Do you want to be wise? Solomon said, keep your mouth shut. At least choose when to open it and when not to. Refrain. That is our lesson for today. Let's refrain our lips from speaking too much, because when we speak too much, there isn't any lack of sin that's going to be present. I'm glad for you who've joined in today. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate all the kids who are watching. Bruce, glad that you're here. Isabel and Jude, glad that you guys are on. I don't see anyone else commenting who has children in the home that I know, but there are probably some other kids who are watching. I know the Campbells regularly watch, the Obeys, Kale sometimes watches. I'm going to forget some people. So there are people who watch. I thank you. Now, kids, here is your activity for today. Okay, this is a fun activity. Now, It's kind of one that teaches you to do the wrong thing and not the right thing. But here's the activity. We're talking about much speaking. How much can you speak? So let's do a little game. You're going to set a timer, okay, for 2 minutes. Okay, let's say 2 minutes. And then you're going to try and say a word for every letter of the alphabet in those 2 minutes. Now, if you're a little older, maybe that's easy for 2 minutes. So how about you need to write the word down for a word for every letter of the alphabet. So you start with A, and then go B, and then go C, and then you say a word for every letter of the alphabet, and you're going to see how many words you can get done. If in 2 minutes you finish all 26 letters in the alphabet, that's how many there are, then start again with a different word for A and a different word for B. You can do this as many times as you want. If you want to send me a picture of your list, that'd be great. I'd love to see it. So see how many you can do. But in daily life, today, kids, try not to be the one who talks all the time. Make sure that what you say is wise. We do love to hear you talk, but say wise things. Adults, the lesson is just as clear for us, isn't it? Let's take this lesson to heart. Thank you for joining in today. I've enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday morning for the morning service. I'm preaching the evening service. I'm looking forward to that. And we have our Summer Kids Club this coming week. Starting Monday, you're going to be able to pick up your packet, so your crafts and that kind of thing, on Saturday or on Sunday, but you need to sign up for that. So go to our Church Connect page in order to do that. Let me throw a link on here. Give me just a second, and I will throw a link in the comments so that you can get to the Church Connect page. The Summer Kids Club is all online, and so everything is going to be done from home, online. You don't have to come in for that, but you can come and get the packet, and when you do that, you'll be able to kind of follow along and do the games and that kind of thing as well. Here is the link to our Church Connect page. All right, I've just posted it there. It's going to come up on Facebook here in a minute. It's on YouTube, it looks like already. That's the link to our Church Connect page. If you go there, I can also show it on the screen. Look at that, man, I'm fancy. If you go there, you can register your kid for your multiple children, sign up for a time to come pick up the packet. There's 2 different times there, and we'd love for you to be able to join in this coming Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. It's going to be different, but at least it's something to do, and I hope you'll like it. It's Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. So what does that mean? It means that I'm not going to be doing my daily devotionals this next week because we're going to have our Summer Kids Club at 10 o'clock. Adults, if you want to tune in, feel free. There's going to be some fun stuff in there, but it's mostly designed for kids, so understand that. But there will not be daily devotionals next week with the Summer Kids Club going live Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. Thanks for joining in. Hope that you have a great day. Look forward